I think more than anything, just that how people choose to use digital, whatever that means, software, hardware, platforms, to express what they want to say. Technology has resulted in a massive and rapid growth in the tools available to artists to make their ideas into a reality, and simultaneously a massive and rapid growth in the ways they can share that with audiences. So, sort of two things have happened at the same time.
I think something that's really important is having as many conversations, I would say, as you can if you're working with someone new. Have as many conversations you can about how they view the world that you're trying to make, but also how they view their own artistic world, because that will help you to really understand if you align. It's kind of like a relationship, right? Most of us, sometimes it crashes because we don't do enough due diligence, or sometimes you do and people surprise you. That's life.
I wondered whether you used any kind of fancy digital editing tricks, or whether, is there anything in that? Did it allow you to do things that you might not have been able to do otherwise?
I think outside of, I guess, some of the words that come on screen, there wasn't as much SFX, I guess, consistently used. However, I think the grading, there's something about the grading and how Peter really graded it that kind of gives this dark world. And even though it was moody, it wasn't as dark. And I think he was able to do some really great stuff with the lighting that helped really shift the mood in different places and effects in that way, which I think really lent itself well.
When I first started making films, it was shot on film. Films were shot on film. The cost of the film going through the camera, it was like every time you turn the camera on, it's like, 25 quid, another 25 quid, 20. When things went digital, the digital technology started to come in, it became cheap. It was suddenly cheap to make films. And at that time, there was funding around or interest in kind of using that to work with young people to make films. And really, from that moment, we've never stopped. So learning something new, it's really important to kind of do it in a kind of bite-sized way. So I didn't start by thinking, right, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about VR. I just sort of start by going, okay, oh, look, you can do that. So that means we've got to now learn how you put a leaf there. And then and we got to learn how you direct the attention to that. So we're learning in the steps of it, and and I suppose there's that learning is coming from a foundation of knowing how to tell a story, knowing how to animate something. So we've got those skills already.
We've also talked about sort of attending film festivals, and I'm wondering, and taking part in film festivals, do you think, when you're making a film, are you thinking about the platform it's going to go on and the audience who might see it, who are not part of your immediate community? How do you think about them when you're making the work?
I think there's two elements I wanted to say. Sometimes film festivals can feel like sometimes they're a long way away, and people are always saying, yes, but how can I watch the film? So it's really good to be able to signpost people to online festivals because they're open to everybody. And also, particularly for my performers with learning disabilities, they need a good build up to actually appearing online. So they need to meet people like yourself, get to know the kind of questions, and so they feel at home, kind of in the room, in the online room. Because it's really important that it's a positive experience.
Is digital your friend or your foe, Ray?
I think it's a definite friend. I think it's taken a little while, to get to know the friend, but it's a definite friend that can really support you in lots of different ways. I think the important thing is not to let it kind of guide you away from what you want to say.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a friend. That's a great friend. I've known them a long time now, and but I wouldn't want to hang out with them exclusively.
Like I said, once you start, I think people will gravitate towards your vision. You'll find some of the right people will start to kind of find you, and it's also a journey. I think don't expect maybe you're going to meet someone and right away it's going to click, and that's okay. So I think once you start, you'll then be able to kind of find different communities who share certain visions with you, and also look for other communities that are doing things similar to what you're doing and what you want to do.
I was just thinking, just how important it is for everybody to get across their story or their move or their feeling inside that wants to come out. So much resources go into something which is quite general and be quite bland, but it's all our original voices or our group voices together that need to get out there. And the means can be really simple and easy to tell them stories.